Good evening, everybody. Good evening, good evening, good evening. This is Jasmine D. Milhouse, and I am a director here in the SheEO district community. And I want to welcome you all to Business Week. We are starting off this week with a phenomenal interview. So I hope you all are excited. I hope you got your cups out to be filled with what we're going to be discussing, the information that we're going to be providing. I'm excited about the queen that we're going to be talking to tonight, who you will have the opportunity to the opportunity. I'm getting tongue tied already, y'all. To meet and introduce to you such a phenomenal queen. We've been backstage, just pausing for the calls, trying to get these lips together, trying to get this light right so we can make sure we are coming in live tonight. Good evening, Miss Manisha. Good evening, Ilyasa. Thank you, ladies, so much for tuning in. Make sure you tag somebody in the comments. Let us know where you're watching from. Get some queens on this live tonight, because you know how when we get on here, we keeps it all the way real. So before I get started on tonight, make sure you let somebody know where you're watching. Make sure you share this on your page, share this on your groups. Also to who I'm interviewing tonight, if you have a quick moment and you want to share it in your groups, if you have anything on Facebook, your page, you have the ability to share it from the SheEO district. So you can go to the SheEO district on Facebook and share it to your community. And let's get this live filled up tonight. Thank you all so much for joining in with us. You know who I am, and if you don't know, let me introduce myself. My name is Jasmine D. Milhouse, and I am a director here in the SheEO district, and I am a senior leader here in the SheEO district as well. But enough about me. We ain't gonna be lingering on that too long. I am here to talk to you about Miss Daphane Handy. Okay. And when I tell y'all, let me read her bio real quick. I'm gonna try not to, put all her business out there. I'm gonna let her save a little bit for y'all to hear from her. But Miss Daphane, she started her video production company, Blue Dream Productions, in 2014. Handy's first professional gig was filming CNN featured Bad Boy Rep Aaron Paxton Arnold during his stay in Memphis for the Memphis Urban League of Young Professionals Conference. Handy then got hired as the director of photography in the series The Industry. The series may not have aired, but the work that she did, she received the praise on the look and the tone of the pilot that she and her team accomplished. Shortly after the series, Handy began offering her skills. Wait a minute. I ain't let y'all see what she looked like, did I? Get into this picture. Let me let you see what she looked like while I read her bio. Continue. Shortly after the series, Handy began offering her skills to individuals who wanted to book cinematic style videos for their businesses, weddings, and more. In 2018, Handy filmed behind the scenes for a music video, even though it wasn't released, but the girl she got reputations, okay? She building records out here. Later that year, Daphane accompanied a client to a concert and filmed major hip hop and R&B talents, acts such as Eric Bellinger, Duke Deuce, Action Pack, and more. In April 2019, Daphane received the honor of being hired to head the film production for Cassandra Smith congressional campaign, Tennessee District 9. Filming for Miss Smith allowed her to see that the sky was truly the limit for her talent. In August 2019, she landed client Andrews R. Smith, which earned her television production credits for director, DP, cinematographer, and producer for the online show Life with Andrews and Tammy, and cable syndicated TV show Your Best Life Now. Your Best Life Now was aired weekly on Now Network with upwards of 29 million viewers. Both shows received great reviews from her clients and their audience for the quality of production and the content that Daphne helped produce along with her and the house producer Lydia Cole. Currently, Handy has begun production on her own TV show, Meeting Tomorrow's Moguls, which is an episode. Hold on, y'all know I ain't go all the way. Episodic, I think that's right now. Don't judge me, judge yourself, okay? An episodic interview series highlighting professionals in the U.S. on their path to achieving major success. So, without further ado, I want y'all to just get into this queen right here. Y'all see that face? Ain't she baby face?
Oh, y'all didn't have to. You didn't have to set up my photo shoot photo.
Indeed, indeed. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I am doing good. First of all, I feel like I ain't did enough with my life reading that bio. I'm like, okay, I ain't through yet. Let me get my stuff together. So how is it that well first, okay, let me let you all know as you're tuning in, if you're watching a replay, make sure you hashtag replay. Tonight's live is about spiritual warfare, adversity in your business. So my first question for you is tell us what was your first take or your first experience with spiritual warfare in your business?
um, my first take actually was not too long ago. For the longest, I thought that my spiritual side and my personal life was separate from my business. Don't know why. Don't know why I thought that, but that could be the furthest thing from the truth. I suffered from depression and anxiety a lot in my early life.
Mhm.
After I lost my dad at 14, so I literally did not know that me not seeking God. I'm not even gonna get too deep into it too quick, but me not seeking God, me not being healed, that I was bringing all of that into my business, dragging into my motherhood, dragging into just so many other things. So God had healed me this year from an illness that was supposed to take me out or at least cause blindness. And
Wow.
literally January of this year, that's why we so on time for this topic, is when I realized that spiritual warfare and business and adversity go hand in hand. Because
Wow.
I had to surrender and seek God to get everything in alignment and all together.
My. I can't wait to get into that part of your story. My God, my God. Okay, so let's dive back a little bit. Let's get to let's peel back the top layer. Okay. Let's peel it back. Let's take it to the let's take it back. So you've come over, you before getting to, your illness and motherhood and business and entrepreneurship, take us back to the first time you were faced with adversity, and losing your dad at such a young,
Hmm.
pivotal age where a girl needs,
Yeah,
her father.
yeah.
What was that mindset for you at such a young age?
It was crushing. It was literally a Christian mindset. I would never forget getting picked up from school and then going to the hospital, having to leave the hospital room, and then my mom came out and told us. So it automatically, at a young age, shifted my mindset to to kind of business, in the sense of I took the responsibility of being the head of household at 14. Um, don't know who told me to do that,
Okay,
but that's
let's talk
definitely
about it.
that's definitely the road that I took. Because I was so much like my dad. My dad was just so strong minded, educated, and you know a little stubborn and headstrong. So I took that role. So at 14 is actually when I, unbeknownst to me until now, that is when I started to develop a career and business mindset. Because 2 years after he passed, I told my mom, I said, Mom, I'm about to homeschool myself so I could work two jobs.
Wow.
Yeah, so that adversity definitely it created the hard worker in me, but it also it created that strong black woman leash that has kept me
Mm,
back from
mm.
true happiness and freedom. Yeah, because I thought I was everybody's superwoman at 14, 15, 16, and beyond.
Let's dive into that being a teenage superwoman. What did that how did that weigh down on you um and you personally?
Yeah.
Now that you not like looking at the age that you are now. Good evening, Keisha. Thank you so much for joining. Hey, Miss Delois. Looking back, at that point, at such a young superhero or a young Captain Saver for everybody,
Yeah.
but neglecting the most important person or the core of, the rescue committee. That
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna call it the rescue committee because you the EMS, you the doctor, you diagnose, you do the CT scan, you do the X-ray, you pick them up, you take them back home, you cook a meal, you help make sure they pay the bills, you feed them. Being all of that and being the core of all of that, what did that weigh on? How did that weigh on you looking back at your younger self?
Um, it I still can't describe it. I really cannot put into words how I was setting myself up to be to prematurely go through things that a teenager shouldn't have to, like stress, like dealing with things or going to things to cope with my stress. It was truly a lot.
Mm. Yeah, and I can only imagine, with having to step in such a strong and important role. You take you but see the thing here's the thing is what you kind of brought out and brought to the forefront and stated in the beginning, no one, put you in that position. You placed yourself in
Yes,
that role.
like a
And
lot of black women do.
that look, that's the third time you didn't finish my sentence now in the last hour. Look, a lot of women place themselves in such a role where they say, "Oh, I got to do this or I got to do that. If I don't do it, who gonna do it?" We have that mentality. If I don't do it, who gonna do it? Like because it's like we're afraid to see people fail. We're afraid to
Yeah.
see people, grow and mature to the level that they need to go to. So we place the responsibility on our back and on our shoulders because we don't want to see each other hurt. We don't want to see our children, go through anything, or that's my family, that's my brother, that's my sister, and I got to be there for them. But who were you able to call on as a 17-year-old?
Well, my mom was always a great support, like
Mm-hmm.
always a great support system, and so was my brother. But we were a very small knit family. It was just uh myself, my mom, and my brother. And Minister Milhouse, I'm gonna call you that right now because you really just helped me unlock something as to why I put myself in that predicament. And now I see I was afraid to lose my mom.
Mm,
So, because I've seen that grief, that was her husband for the past 22 years. That was her best friend,
mm,
and it was fear driven. I was like, I got to step up. I don't want her to feel stressed. I know she got high blood pressure. This is this, and my brother is fading away his personality. So it was that.
wow. Wow. Wow.
You're not gonna have me cutting up on this.
Oh, it's too late, honey. I come with the cut up. I come with the cut up. So looking like um when you're faced, going through that transition, losing your dad, going through, having to be the role to save everything, to make sure everything functions on a level that your dad, I'm pretty sure is proud of, even though it may have kind of I wouldn't say damaged you in a way, but kind of made you bend a lot from what you may have wanted from being the person that you wanted to be. Just looking back on that era, what is one part of that time in your life that you would change and why?
I mean, of course, if I could change his past, then I would. But
Yeah.
if you're talking about after, like, because of course we
Hmm.
can't change that, I would change. I would just like to talk to myself and to tell myself to remain childlike, because that is important. Remain childlike, because I had so many years to worry about bills and other people, and then I eventually had children on top of that. So
Mm. And when did your parenthood start for you?
I had my, well, I feel like my parenthood started when my dad died. My mom even makes that joke. She was like, "You talk
Right.
to your mom," but I had my first son at 21.
Mm.
Hmm.
How was that transition? Going from, okay, I've taken care of my mom and my brother, I've taken care of their house. Now I have to take care of a person that I made. Good evening, Piangela. Now I have to take care of a person that I made. What was that mindset shift for you? Was it just, okay, I'm ready, I'm prepared, or was it something out of the ordinary or unorthodox for you?
Oh yeah, initially when I got pregnant, I I thought I was prepared, but it is nothing like having your own newborn cannot move, eat, or do anything on their own to
Hmm.
care for. So it was definitely a shock once I finally gave birth and the newness wore off. Um, Definitely suffered from postpartum
Postpartum
depression.
depression. Wow.
Because I thought I it somewhere in my mind
Can you still hear me? No, I can't hear you now. Okay, so while we are waiting for Miss Handy to come back, um, our apologies for the interruption. However, if you don't know, if you're just tuning in, we are talking to Miss Daphne Handy, and we are getting her story and her testimony. So thank you so much for tuning in. If you have not tagged someone, let us know where you're watching from. Make sure you get somebody on this interview tonight. Tonight we're going over and we're talking about spiritual warfare and adversity in business. And again, we are interviewing Miss Daphne Handy, and she is back on here. So give me just a moment. Let me get her back on. There she goes. All right.
um,
So, okay, yep, we can. I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
yes.
All right, perfect, perfect. So, okay, being in a whole new world, you're a mom, officially a mom, a mom.
Officially.
Officially a mom, 21 years old. What was that like for you? How did that test your faith? How did that test you spiritually? Having to go from being a daughter mom to now a mom. How was that transition?
Oh, my faith depleted.
Mm,
If I want to be very honest with you, because I was leaning on my own strength and never did I seek God's help or his face, because in my mind I had put myself almost up to God's role, thinking that I was taking care of my family. And I'm just gonna be real and very transparent.
let's
So
go.
when so my face started depleting, because I was like, hold on, okay, I worked, it worked kind of for my mom and brother, like, I got them good, but why am I depressed? Why does it seem like everything is falling by the wayside? Why can't I get this together? And yeah, so just to be honest, it was very difficult,
Hmm.
because I did not seek his face. I was still,
Yeah.
I put myself on this little, I got it. Don't worry about us, guy. I'm good.
It was more like a mindset of, okay, yeah, I know you're there, but I don't need you right now.
Yeah.
I got it. Because and so many of us, we place God on a mantle like a trophy, and it's like, okay, when it gets hard, then I want you to come down and I want you to be the highlight. But when it's getting easier,
Yes.
I got it, because I know how I want this to go. I know how I want that to go. And you may not do it the way I want you to do it, or
Yes.
you may not do it as quick as I want you to do it. So instead of me trusting you to get it done, I'm just gonna go ahead and do it
Come
myself. I
to somebody
love
else.
you.
Yes.
I know you there, but I got it.
Yeah.
And it goes back to, again, a lot of us as women, we do that. We
Yeah.
put our trust, so much of our trust, in ourselves. But the thing is, when it comes to us playing that superhero role, we negate the fact that we're pouring everything that we have
Yes.
out to everybody. So, and then, like you said, you wonder, why were you depressed? Why did it work for them, but it didn't work for you? Because you had gave everything that you had.
Mm.
You have
Come
you gave everything that you was filled up with. You gave it away. It's like we pass out our purpose and passion like it's trick or treat candy, but you don't have nothing for yourself. So it's like you stuck with an empty bowl, and you
Yeah.
like, who gonna fill me?
Yeah. Because it
And
wasn't
like
the child's father. It wasn't
it,
that. And it was, yeah.
come on, somebody. Let's keep it real. And like you said, it tests your faith. It tests your spirituality. So yes, you in warfare. You're in war. And what you fail to realize is you ain't in war with nobody but yourself.
Yes. Yes.
That's it.
Hmm.
So facing off with Daphne, tell us about the moment that you had to face off with yourself.
Um, there were many of those moments. And the ego, prideful
Mm,
Daphne won. But I think after I had my second son in 2018, I think I was 20. I was 24. That's when I was like, okay, because at this point I'm extremely suicidal. I don't even know how I'm operating my business. I don't know what's left and right. I'm losing my memories. It's too much going on, and that was kind of the healing process. Well, that began the journey to my healing process because I I was not liking the type of mother that I was becoming.
mm,
Very much snappy, impatient. Expected them to know everything, not really teaching. Just I just want them to fall in line so I can get back to normalcy.
mm.
And didn't even realize that I really haven't had a sense of normalcy since my dad passed.
Right.
I only experienced that before he passed.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and it's just like, okay, the life that I knew is now over. How do I define life going forward?
Yeah.
In such a vital moment like that, how do I take this trajectory changing moment
Yes.
and incorporate my faith, incorporate my spirituality, incorporate my relationship or lack thereof, because you can have a lackadaisy relationship with God and still build that thing. The key
Mm,
word is build. You know what I
yeah.
mean? In taking that time and going through that, where did that business, I know you said you had like a business mindset at a young age, because you had to step in and do a lot of stuff, but how did you take that and say, okay, I want to do this for me, this is what I want to do, this is what I'm passionate about? How did that come into play?
When I realized that I was losing track of when I started or why I started in the first place, because I was always blessed to go into business, actually loving what I did. I love film. I love helping people. I love helping other people's visions come to fruition. But when I started to lose that, and again I started to lose that in the many hats that I was trying to wear, instead
Hmm.
of surrendering those hats, that's when that happened.
Yeah, yeah. And it's like, how do you keep a hold of everything and lose control at the same time.
But that's the beauty of what happened with me. Because when I
Mhm.
lost control, when I when I lost almost everything, repossession, eviction, clients leaving me bad reviews, everything, God was like, I'm snatching everything away because I need your attention. I
Mm.
need to know that you are not me. And I need to know that these kids that I put in your life are representation of me, and you're not even treating them like how you supposed to.
Mhm.
Because it was one time when I was spanked. Now, I don't not believe in spanking, but I feel like a parent shouldn't do it when you're angry or upset. And I was that type of parent. And of course still love my kids, still gave them hugs and sugar and all type of things. But
Mhm.
it was my kids really brought me back to God,
Wow.
because I seen like anytime they were, I would snap at them. They would still, still want my love, still come to me. They were so slow to be angry, never got angry, never did this. And it's like God would just be talking to me like, look at their reaction, look at this, like look how patient they are with your imperfect. It was just such a beautiful thing,
Mm.
because it's my kids. He really sent my kids to save me, and he sent my kids to let me know I need God. I need his help. I
Mm.
have to surrender. And then once I started surrendering my personal life, my business, then I could start seeing, the light. And I started reconnecting with, okay, God, you put me on this earth to help people and to tell stories and to be a voice for the voiceless. That's why you put me on this earth. So
You better come on, speak for the people that can't talk. Ma'am. So, and okay, and in being with business, and being in business, and I know sometimes in business, every you want you get so money clouded, not you personally, but people get so money clouded. Like, I
yes.
gotta have this amount of money, I want to make this, and I want to be a 6 figure and a 7 figure earner, blah blah blah, and they accept any kind of client, they accept
Mhm.
any type of business, they accept all kind of lateness, excuses, whatever you can think of, they accept it, and then get mad that they don't have what they want.
Yes.
How important is it to you to know that everybody or every situation may not be for Daphne?
It's very important. It's very important to know, because that will literally determine if you are going to have a happy business and a happy life, or you become a slave to your business and end up being like almost like an employee at a company you don't like. Because that is what happened to my business. It's like, yeah, I'm making the money. I had even made I don't know where you're from. I'm from Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
I had made enough money one time. I moved out to Harbor Town and was miserable because I was accepting any and every client. And no shade to them, but they weren't my clients. They didn't
Mm-hmm.
have the vision, or our visions weren't aligning. I like clients that I can talk and communicate with. Some of them didn't. Everything is very much important.
Mm-hmm.
With the type of communication that you like and your client likes, you need to get to know that. You need to have consultations.
Mm-hmm.
You need to do a personality test on the slick. Do your research, just like the client research you. Research the client.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. I need to see what you doing, what you involved in, what you talk about, because it's like, am I at, is my peace gonna be bothered? That's my
Yes.
question. It is my peace going to be bothered if I encounter in any kind of way with business, in this situation.
Yeah.
And if after doing research is a possible yes, You know what I mean? Now, I'm
Yeah.
not saying that every situation is going to be peaches and cream,
Yes.
because you have those moments where something may go wrong, something may fail. And
Right.
speaking of failures, that brings me to my next question. But before I get into the question, you got to also understand that failures is what makes, is part of the process, it's part of the progress, and it gets you, but it's also what you do with your failures that
Mm.
helps you
Yeah.
get to the next level.
Yeah.
Because you can't be in a failure and be like, man, this ain't gonna work and blah 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 blah. A failure is meant for you to understand that that's just a moment in time, that
Yes.
that you were in. What lesson am I supposed to learn from this? And going into,
Mm.
before I get deep into that, what is it that what do you learn or gain from your failures in your business and in your life, or do you even consider them to be failures?
Now I don't. Now I
Mm,
don't. I used to. It used to be very hard because I had a very strong pride and ego. I only like the good of reviews. I only
mm-hmm,
like, the positive feedback. But now failures, I do not consider it a failure at all because it's always a learning lesson, and it's sometimes documented enough for me to go back to make sure I don't make the same mistake.
mm.
So the failure is beautiful to me. Failure is part of the process. Failure is our stairs to me. I'm going to keep going up and up and up until I find my
Exactly.
destination.
Yeah, because some people, a lot of business owners and entrepreneurs that they look at a situation that may not have gone the way they wanted to go and just automatically say,
Yeah,
oh my God, I quit.
yeah,
I'm throwing in the towel. I'm waving. I ain't got near white, so I can't wave my white flag, but I'm waving my blue flag. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So it is just like you give up to the point to where, but what is failed to realize is the situation that you're currently in is a lesson for you to say, okay, well, let me dig a little, let me look in between the lines of what's visible in the eye
Right.
and get into the spiritual lines of
Yeah.
what's really going on, because that's where the lesson comes in, because we're so natural, by nature, of course, because that's how we're built. We get into our flesh, but and we fail to let the spiritual side, get in and say, okay, well, let me have a look at it.
Right.
Obviously
Right. Yeah.
what you doing already by yourself is not working.
Yes.
So, oh, can I come off the shelf now? Can I come down off this mantle and
Yeah.
help you?
Uh-huh.
But we get so busy and distracted that we don't even hear God saying, okay, hello,
Right. Yeah.
I'm trying to help you. You failed over here because I have 10 people over here that are ready
Yes.
for what I'm preparing
Yes.
you for. If
Yes.
you just get the lesson right here, and we are so distracted. We have tunnel vision on the failure, that
Mm,
we forget to take the blinders off and see the 360 view of
mm,
what we're really supposed to be looking at. We looking
okay.
right here, but we missing everything that's around you
Yeah.
that's growing. You you
Hmm.
you missing it. And that also that right there, to me, that's spiritual warfare. Cause
Yes.
now you in your flesh.
Yes.
You in your flesh and you can't do nothing out of this, because
Yep.
this gonna be here. But what matters is, like, okay, are you so distracted that you can't hear me talking to you? And
Yep.
when you can't hear me talking to you, and when you can't hear me trying to get your attention, just like you said he did you, I'm snatching everything I didn't bless you with.
Yes.
I'm snatching everything that's in your face right now, because I need you to say, I am
Yes.
not a mantle God. I'm not a trophy God. I am here when you're not here. I
No.
am here to help you do what you're doing every day on a daily basis.
On the daily
But you're
basis.
not listening to me, you know? So
Mm.
it gets you to that point, and that's the adversity as well. So just learning from those moments and taking those lessons, how have you been able to incorporate that to get your business to where it is right now?
Oh, just surrendering to the Holy Spirit. Because the Spirit of the living God left it for us. Now, like every morning, I typically go to sleep around midnight. So at midnight, that's when my day start. So I'm like, let me go ahead, get on my face and pray. Let me go ahead and seek him, praise him, repent, and then pray. Cover myself with the power of the
Mhm.
tongue that he gave all of us. And then from there, I try to, now I'm not perfect, but I try to make sure I seek his face and do
Mhm.
something for him before I even start on my work. And now
Mhm.
I have incorporated, like, God is my friend. I'm gonna talk to you. What's up, God? I'm lost. I don't know what to do. I feel stuck. Like, I
Right.
tell him all the time, God, I need your help. I need you. That's what
Yeah.
I do. So that has helped a lot. Me just
Mhm.
just acknowledging him as my perfect father, my friend, my consultant, my everything.
Yeah. And knowing that you don't have to go to God with this brother, where art thou conversation.
Yes,
You don't have to go with the King James version of the Bible speech. You don't.
yes,
Lord, henceforth I am stuck. No, you ain't got to look. God, I don't know what I'm doing. I need you to come
yeah,
back here and help your
yeah.
girl out because I'm lost. Show
Hmm.
me your way and help me get in alignment with the path you have for me.
All
You
right,
see how simple that was? With Merriam-Webster dictionary words in a simple prayer, just like
right.
that. 30 seconds out of your mouth. So going to the next level. Getting into television, getting into film, and getting into production, and being the behind the scenes, running the show and making it look like it's a breeze. How has that been for you in transitioning to your next level to now being the creator of your own show?
That it has been a whirlwind because like I said, I spent so much time thinking I was in control of my life. Then now, God just speaks fluently through ideas and sending my help. He has sent so many resources. I be randomly getting grant information. Like it's just miraculous. So it's very much a peaceful transition because I'm in surrenderance. Like I have just literally been coasting and
Mm,
been blessed doing it because
wow.
the warfare part I have declared and decreed into it, and I work towards the end daily. Like I know who I'm serving. I'm not serving my flesh anymore. I kill my flesh daily, and I'm definitely nowhere near perfect. But I just he has granted me back my vision because I have just learned how to ask him for help and be patient when I ask too.
Ooh, that's a hard word for a lot of folks. A hard word for, because like like I was saying earlier, people be like, okay, God, you ain't gonna fix this for me quick enough. Don't worry about it, I got it.
Yes, yes,
And with that, don't worry about it, I got it mindset, you end up tearing it a whole lot worse than what it should have been.
yes.
You
Hmm.
end up ripping it from point A all the way down here to Z, and he may have only wanted it to rip from A to D. So you
Yes,
didn't throw it all the way up. Now he got to rebuild your whole entire existence,
entire. Yes,
entire, all because you want to say, no, God, I mean, yeah, I praise you on Sunday, I pray Monday through Saturday, but no, I got it.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that was my issue too. I was trying to put God on the schedule, like he fit in my planner. Oh, I would literally say I'm gonna pray at this time. Like what? He don't fit in the
Stop
schedule.
it.
Yes, try to put him on the schedule. Like I'm gonna show him. I'm giving him time. No, because even with that, it's like when he tell me to rest and I'm not resting, it's being disobedient. When he tell me not to do something, if he tell me to disregard a $5,000 client, and I still get that, well, that messed up me getting my $50,000 client. So yeah, that patience word was very hard for me, extremely. But now I see why that's extremely important. I think you probably froze, Jasmine. Can you still hear me?
Okay, can you see me?
Yeah.
Okay, see, the devil don't be playing. He ain't got time.
Excuse me.
Okay, am I there?
Yes.
Okay, so my internet is going in and out. I am so sorry.
No, you're fine.
I am so sorry. So okay, we're gonna try to keep it moving. Okay, so um, and if I can, I'm gonna try to do it on my phone if it acts up again. Okay,
Okay.
so if you had, well, first, no, first before doing that, so tell us what your series is gonna be about for your show.
For Meeting Tomorrow's Moguls, um, I started that show, or I produced the show, or I got the. Let me start from the idea. I got the idea to produce the show at the beginning, the start of the pandemic last year, and the
Mhm.
reason why I got the idea for the show is because I felt myself falling into a depression again. Reason being is um in February I was contacted to film a documentary in Paris.
Mm,
So I was about to board the flight. I think it was late February or early March, but I was in Miami. We were about to board the flight to go to Paris, but that is when not France, but the country next to France closed its borders. And the
mhm,
team was like, we're not going to send y'all out there because we're pretty sure France is about to close their borders too. So I was crushed because I'm like, guys, you said I was going to be traveling internationally. I thought this was my chance. How long is this going to take? But then I soon realized after that that delayed does not mean denied.
come on.
So, but even while I knew that, I still was, feeling myself slip into a depression because we were on quarantine. It was we really couldn't go out, and like I said, I'm used to working, I'm used to moving, I'm getting healed from God, but I'm not really comfortable being still yet at this point. But it
Mhm,
was during the day where I was in the bed all day, and I was like, you know what, let me stop being stubborn and ask God, okay, well, God, why are we in this quarantine, what do you need me to do right now? You just show me. So I was looking for content to inspire me to get out the bed. I listened to sermons, I listened to all types of stuff, but this time I wanted to look for other business people who I would be inspired and encouraged by. I kept seeing Oprah, I kept seeing Diddy, I kept seeing, these different people, but I'm like, I already know their story. They're already billionaires. I kind of want someone that's on their way to becoming successful, but they're not there yet. I really needed their relatability, and I couldn't find that because mostly everybody I was coming across were already millionaires.
mm,
So I was talking to a friend about it, and that's when I just know when the Holy Spirit talks to me is when my ideas flow so clearly and smooth like butter. So I was, I was like, I just want to meet tomorrow's moguls. And then that just stuck with me. And I was like, okay. And I'm like, well, why don't I just do a show called Meeting Tomorrow's Moguls? And that's literally when it was birthed. So I got a team, God got a team together. And yeah, I reached out. I could barely pay anybody. I was paying people with my unemployment checks. And
wow.
yes, and we got a building to rent, and we came together and we rounded up like 8 business people from Memphis that they're on their way to success, and
Mhm,
but they were talking about current or something that just happened that they already pushed and persevered through. So that's how that came into place, and I was able to not only produce it but self syndicated to Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, all in 3 months. So I was extremely grateful to God. Like, God, thank you. It was very hard,
Mm-hmm.
very working with unemployment checks and not knowing even the half of syndicating your own show. But it was so rewarding because God showed me. He was like, he told me, you still are going to do what I said you're gonna do. God is not a liar. But I needed this. I needed you to put this into play because now when you go internationally, I feel like people gonna be. I'm gonna be the one being filmed about probably.
Mm-hmm.
So never know. I don't know. God did say this to me, but I my mind has just been expanding to what God
Yeah.
wants for my life. So
And see, the thing is, for me, if you say it, that means it's in the atmosphere somewhere. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So thoughts like that and stuff like that just does not come out of nowhere.
yeah,
It's said with purpose. It's said for a reason. Um, okay, so we have someone here that it says, I'm not sure what her name is. It's only showing Facebook user. So if you can put your name in the comments so Miss Daphne can see it. She says she's a Memphis native living in Atlanta, and would like for you to take a look at her startup when you have a moment. But we're gonna get into how you can book Miss Daphne for a consultation. We're gonna get into that shortly. So you will have an opportunity to get her information, and you all can speak offline, and you'll be able to discuss, whatever you have going on, and you'll be able to discuss that as well. Um, so
your your audio is cracking up just a little bit.
hold on one second.